show you how dominant he's really been in this run. We're checking in over here, 17-15 type playing on that inside center. Just got a big offensive rebound. Nudini has to put up a prayer. Not going to go. Rebound by the Raptors. 17-15 now.
Do you ever wonder, before 3 versus 3, like say if we had 3 versus 3 in like the COVID season in 2020 season 3, do you think that the Wiz would have ran 3v3 then too?
Yeah, I do. I think you would have had you probably would have had JBM Awkward Dayfry as your 3-man combo. But we had some really good teams in season 3 that would have been really competitive. I think that Kings team would have been super competitive with Bash and Crush. Yusuf was on that team too. Shots, that was a really fun team. I think the Warriors that year would have been pretty solid. There are a lot of great teams in season 3. As Antoine Love lines up a 3, 22-17. They'll take game 1.
You know how fun that would have been, going back to that topic, how fun it would have been to watch like Rhea play and Dayfry play.
Close as we've gotten, but man, what a moment that was.
Oh man, that Dukes Pistons final was electric. That there's some series, that obviously there's a lot of people they don't want to work deep into the night. If you give me a bracket reset, pushing it all the way to the brink, I will work till 2:00 in the morning. I do not care.
I will never forget how much my head was hurting as you and I were trying to record the post up after that, and I couldn't see straight. Seeing 5 people, it was tough, but we made it through. We made a great show. And man, what a championship it was. Hopefully we have a threes championship that lives up to it this year as Ham knocks down a 3. I was going over the upcoming 3v3 playoffs with Miss Basketball and Autumn today, getting them ready for next week. And I'm really, I try not to have bias. I try to really want every team to succeed. But Derek, I can't lie to you. I want a Magic Lakers 3v3 finals. We need the showdown. All right, we need the final showdown. They've played twice, or 3-ish times. They have the bracket reset, but in the series they've played, it's 9-8 in games. It's 9-8 Magic gaming. That's how close those two teams have been. And selfishly, Dirk, I want one more showdown to decide who's actually better, because they have been easily the best 2 teams in 3v3 for my money this year.
If those teams square up at what? I mean, the only way could they make it if the bracket, would they have to make it to the finals to play each other?
Yeah, they're on opposite sides of the bracket.
Would you consider that the MVP decider game? I know that I never consider it just off of tournaments. If the voting for the awards opens up during the playoffs or after the playoffs, of course I'm going to factor in what you're doing in the playoffs into it. I feel like that could be the MVP decider game.
I would not be surprised if we had something of the sort, if that really swayed people one way or another. But I will say, it would have to be a real domination of Lakers gaming for me to not pick Shifty Kai at this point. Like, it would have to be just an unbelievable, unguardable performance, or just another legendary, low-key godlike performance. But I don't know. They kind of have a Steph and KD thing going on with their MVP race. It might be hard to give either of them it with how good they both are. But hey, that's a problem for next week. Got a lot of great teams already ready for the 3v3 playoffs. We'll be adding 2 more after today and tomorrow. We'll have our full playoffs, 14 teams, 10 playoff teams, 2 steel teams, and 2 community teams. It'll be Dribble Gods and Rim Runners with Amateur of the Year favorite Shifty leading the line. Very excited to see how they go down this time around.
Oh man, he's the favorite, and it's another situation where it's not even close for him.
The only people it's close with are his own teammates, Quickster and
Yep.
Swag's return, who have been great. As Antoine Love knocks down a 3. He's looked excellent in threes. A shock that he hasn't played more games than he has, but hey, you never know what goes on inside of these NBA 2K League locker rooms.
Yeah, that was another crazy shock for both of us when Antoine Love ended up getting shifted down to the bench. It really made no sense. But as you just mentioned, right, you never know what goes on behind the scenes. So we try to give him the benefit of the doubt. We can only report on what we're seeing and how crazy it is that somebody like him isn't playing. But even when they were flipping around with the rosters, you could tell seemed just a little bit more comfortable with this Antoine Love, Ham, and Symptoms lineup. Well, that's a demon shot.
Oh, Antoine Love again. 16-12 now. He's starting to heat up. He's got badge. He's got a 1-0 series lead. Wizards District Gaming has to be careful. This can get ugly quick. Benzo down low to type. They'll take the easy 2. As my wife lets the dogs into the office. Hello, dogs. Nice to see you guys. Got the new puppy, Remy. Our little hellhound. Great little dog, but man, oh man. She's a little nutcase. It's Antoine Love again. Another 3. That's 3 in a row, and it's 19-14. Antoine Love cooking with gas right now. Benzo tries to respond. He can't. This type could have taken the 2, but boy, do they need 3s. Benzo behind the back. Had an opening there. Didn't take it. Type has to take the 2. No, Benzo for 3. That'll be a miss. He'll get it back. Nice move to the corner. Tries again. That'll be a foul.
Just gets to keep chucking because he has the inside. I mean, but 2 points, no makes from behind the arc. Seems like somebody who doesn't have a lot of reps of playing on an inside big.
Type's going to get the easy rebound. They need any 3s that they can get. Benzo, a fade 3. That won't go either. It's the Hawks' talent strategy. It's the Raptors. A chance to close it out here and go up 2-0 in the series. Antoine Love's got 9 straight. See if he can add 2 more. Antoine Love, the mid-range, you bet. 21-16, Raptors Uprising take game 2. And now we're going to check out Hawks Blazers. See how of those guys really have it. It'll be very interesting to see what happens to them in 5v5. Who will man that position? And will it be enough for them to make a dent in a very, very competitive Western Conference? The West is not to be trifled with this year, Dirk. It will take no prisoners. Very excited to see how it comes down.
I hate to call on it because somebody loses their job, but B5 is the #1 team that has to be on the ad wave list.
Sure.
Like, if they aren't, then like what are you doing? Like, just honestly, to like make it realistic for you to actually cash in and make some money in 5 versus 5. I fully expect them to do something. I'm telling you, if they don't, I don't know what to say at that point.
Well, switching gears to a happier topic, Wizards District Gaming, who are also one loss away from their 3 season being over. We have a sub, Nudini to the bench, Awkward to the lockdown position. So we'll see Wizards District Gaming back to a more classic lineup with just Awkward in there. Type still on the inside.
This is how it should have been if you're going to come out here with this lineup regardless. Like, in what world does it make sense to take just Awkward out of his natural position and put Nudini there? And Dini is phenomenal at the power forward position, but like, there's some power forwards who've been able to transition to a lockdown and look good. But it is a rarity, right? There's a special select few that we've been able to see do just that. I don't understand the logic lately with Wizards District Gaming and their roster decisions. I'm going to be brutally honest with you. It even goes back to the switch.
Yeah, it's been tough for Wizards District Gaming. I feel like they've been waiting for the whole team to kind of level up, and they've all been looking at each other like, hey, it's time to go up, right? And nobody really took the cheese and got them over the line. Benzo's been good. He's been putting up good numbers, but they just have not equated to win so far this year. We saw them play a little 5v5 in person. The team looks pretty good, but they lack a certain level of explosion, Dirk, that I wonder if it's going to hurt them a lot when we head to 5s. That's going to be an easy 3 for Antoine Love.
See, I'm keeping it like a secret for I have yet to see a 5v5 game be played on the league bill.
Okay.
So I will be getting my first glimpse of it when we actually end up going to the tip-off.
All right. Well, I'm excited. It's gonna be a great season of 5v5, following up what has been an epic season of 3v3. The matchup of the Lakers and the Magic defining a very fun spell here. As Antoine Love gets sent away by just Awkward. Nice defensive play from the former DPOI. Wizards on the run out. Awkward from 3 in the corner. Can't complete the play as Type will get the 2 off the board.
I'm just wondering too, right? Like, we talk about the Lakers and Magic, rightfully so, being that 1 and 2. I wonder what we're going to get from the Pistons, because every time the playoffs roll around, even when it seems like they're out of the fight a little bit more, they always find a way, and their track record shows it. They won our first ever 3 versus 3 last year. They won the Slam. Switch did not look very good. They come out there in the playoffs, they make it to the finals to where they end up losing. So I'm wondering what kind of magic is going to be sparked from that team.
We'll find out. We got a lot of ball left to go here in 2024, Derek. It's crazy that we're already at the steal. I feel like we just started the season yesterday, but coming off the bye week, we're all feeling rested, ready to go. We'll close out 3 of these next 2 weeks, and then it's on to 5v5. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, the tip-off, powered by AT&T. It's going to be a great time.
We have, after 3 wraps up, we have 2 months left in the entire season.
No bye weeks in 5.
Which is very strange.
It's going to be intense. 3 weeks of the tip-off, 3 weeks of the turn, ticket, playoffs, done. It's going to be a wild ride. We go up 15-11 here for Wizards District Gaming, trying to avoid the sweep. We get a lot of DMs this year, Dirk. A lot of people very excited for 5v5. A lot of questions. When are we starting? When is it ramping up? Soon. Very, very soon. Going to be one of the best seasons of 5v5 in league history. We have never had this much talent in the league at once. It is going to be nothing short of legendary.
And with hopefully the poppers being a more permanent part of teams
finally.
Too.
I got my wish, Dirk. After all these years, I finally got poppers as the meta. I win.
But we'll wait and see. You know how many times we heard poppers poppers are viable, and then somebody will go on there and just get absolutely destroyed. And you're like, okay, well, they weren't. We got lied to. But I think it's different this year. The way that the builder is, you are like you can make a proper inside big that can shoot as well.
Yeah.
It's been the probably the best that we've seen ever in terms of the My Player builder being able to make that actually realistic.
I've checked through the fives builds myself, Derek, on the league build. It looks good. It looks good. A couple of great jump shots for the bigs this year as well. It's going to be a really, really fun season of 5v5. I'm hoping for some very unique play styles. Like, I'm hoping that some teams run with a popper, but they run their own style. I hope it's way more individualistic than it has been in years past, as Awkward hits a 3 there to keep the series alive and keep the season alive for Wizards District Gaming. Yeah, Dirk, yeah, fives is going to be...
By it ends up moving to that elimination stage to where your season's gonna end up being done for threes.
We got Autumn Johnson checking in the chat. We'll see her next week when we're in person for those 3v3 playoffs. Shout out to our host, the women's college basketball superstar. She's got some big news coming up, big announcement coming up. Excited for her. I'm not gonna spoil it. She didn't tell me. I hear from other people, but it's okay. I'm not salty. Fine with it. 4-2 here early for the Wiz, down 2-1 in the series.
Did you just rat us out for telling you?
I didn't rat anybody.
You slipped up and ratted us out. You weren't supposed to. Look at that.
I didn't rat
And now I get the blame for it.
I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, this is why I have trust issues. It'd be your own ones. Autumn, I'll have you know that it was actually, I'm not going to name names. I wasn't the one that actually ended up bringing it up when we were in our meeting. I'll just say that. It was not me. But I did tell Harris.
Well, shout out to Autumn Johnson, man. It's going to be great to see her next week. We got a 7-6 ball game right here. I don't know if it's a visual glitch, Dirk, but Nudini is back in the game. Production team, can we see the face cams? Is it just a visual glitch?
It's got to be visual. Or, hold on.
Let's see.
Let's go to my handy dandy. Never mind, it's not updated. Cool.
Grading says it's Auk. So I'm guessing it's just a visual glitch. It's Auk's my player. All right, well, we'll take that for data then. Wiz up 1-0 here. Or sorry, up by 1 point here. As Tight kind of also had the ball there. He was like dribbling through the whole team. Benzo open for 3. He knocks it down. 13-9.
Starting to find a lot better flow with Awkward out there.
Yeah, for sure. Starting to get more open looks. He's been in the right place at the right time a couple times. Doing great on Antoine Love as well. He'll get the dunk there, cut the lead to 2.
What's where the most pressure starts to really go on Hom and Symptoms to be able to go out there and get like a pluck steal or a bump steal? Because the Wiz are more than happy with just continuously going down a type if Benzo can't get an open look.
Benzo tries to get it up. That's not going to go, but that's an easy 2 for Tight. Yeah, you look, if you're the Wiz, this is kind of your only option. I mean, they just don't shoot the ball well enough to run a typical lineup. You got to give yourself some sort of advantage if you're going to miss these kinds of shots.
Well, and here's the tough part too, right? If you want to put yourself into a top power forward conversation as being one of the best, when you've seen other power forwards go up against inside bigs, there's a lot of pressure on. We did a whole segment that I did about Connor when he's going up against an inside, when he's going up against Dietrich, where you have to be able at some point to take rebounds away from Tight. They have not done that since that last game and then coming to this game. That's one of the few that we just saw Symptoms actually grab right over top of him. But that's just something that you really have to keep an eye on, that if you want to try to break that deadlock off of those misses, a lot of that pressure immediately gets put on the back of the power forward.
Well, so far we're tied up at 15 apiece here. Awkward, nice shot. He'll drain it from the corner, 18-15 now. Wiz just 1 3-pointer away from tying this series up and sending us to another Game 5. We've had a couple of doozies so far tonight. There it is, confirmation that it is Awkward playing, just a small visual glitch on the nameplate.
Well, we've had a Game 5 at least in every single block that we've had so far tonight, right?
A Team Clutch, Jazz Gaming, and then, of course, Mavs Gaming and Bucks Gaming. The others have been sweeps. Hawks with the sweep. Dukes with the sweep. And then I'm missing one of the other sweeps. Warriors with the sweep. There you go. 18-17 here. A lot of pressure on Benzo. Gets it down to Tight. Well defended by Symptoms. They're trying to double team him, keep him off the 3-point line. Benzo, almost turns it over. Under 10 of the shot clock. Nice pick there from Tight. Nothing going for the Wizards offense, and the Raptors get the stop. Huge defensive possession there for Toronto. They have a chance to take the lead here. Antoine Love with Badge going toe-to-toe with Benzo. He has the lane, takes it, and gets the layup. 19-18 now.
See, now that was a huge stop and a huge rebound just brought up by Symptoms. He got the box out so low that it actually pushed him out of bounds, and he got the rebound, which made the offensive possession that much more important for them to finally break that deadlock and to be able to take a lead. Oh, we could have got to Awkward so much earlier.
Benzo, the long 2. That is an ill-advised shot. As the Raptors now just 1 bucket away from closing the series out. The Wizards were in control, but back-to-back bad offensive possessions. It's plagued them all year. Symptoms for the win. Yes, sir. Raptors Uprising GC sends the Wizards packing. And we'll see Toronto tomorrow night as their 3v3 playoff hopes stay alive.
Crazy, man. I mean, District E was your home base last year. A lot of high expectations, of course, you know, after the success